Alright guys, so we're sitting in the truck right now, and what we're going to do is figure out the problem with our locks real quick, because the locks don't work. So we're going to look inside the fuse panel here, and pull out, I think, four of these fuses. There's a fuse right here, there's a 30 amp fuse right here, the mirror / lock fuse, and then the driver lock fuse. So there's 4 fuses. Oh, and then there's another one right here. So there's 5 unlock fuses. One here, one here, one here, one here, and then one right here. We're going to check all these fuses and make sure they're all good, because it doesn't seem like I'm getting power to my switches or anything. There's nothing clicking or nothing, so there's got to be a power issue somewhere. I just replaced all these switches. Both door switches have been replaced. So it's a wiring issue or a power issue. It's probably just a blown fuse. Or well, maybe this relay is messed up. I don't know. So we'll find out. But yeah, we're going to pull these fuses out and see if they're any good. Guys, just to show y'all in the fuse box, this 15 amp fuse, this 15 amp fuse, this 3 amp fuse, this 20 amp fuse, and this 30 amp fuse. We're all going to pull those out and check them really good and see if they're any good. So that 15 amp fuse we're going to pull. This 15 amp fuse we'll pull. This 30 amp fuse we'll pull out. This 3 amp, and then this 20 amp. And basically just looking to see if they're blown. That one looks good. Any kind of corrosion, cracks, or anything. Any burnt looking spots. That one looks good. That one looks good. That one looks good. Oh, okay, so that one has a little spot on it right there. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's gonna catch up on camera, but it's like, it's not really blown, but like it's cracked. Like it's a hairline crack, you can barely see it. It looks like that might be the problem right there. Little 3 amp fuse, it's the mirror / lock fuse. Yeah, we'll go ahead and replace that one. Put these ones back, and hopefully that little 3 amp one is the problem here. So we'll put all these ones back, and I'll replace that fuse, and then we'll see if the locks work. Guys, I got my little fuse assortment, and I got the little 3 amp fuse here. And we're going to put it in where the 3 amp goes. Where the 3 amp goes in here. Alright. Got all the other fuses put back in. Alright. Let's just see if it works. Okay. Cool. It works. It sounds a little low on power, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the door lock actuators might need to be replaced. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it should, but at least you know that was the problem. Okay, so now that I've fixed that, now that these locks work. Alright guys, so now that I've got the I'm gonna turn the truck up, turn the AC on, because it's kind of hot out here. Hey, AC works. Alright, so now that we have gotten the locks to work, I want to try and add keyless entry. And that just broke. That's not cool. It's okay. This is just a temporary box I bought today. I actually ordered one of these on eBay, so it should come in sometime this week. But yeah, we're just using this to see if this will even work. So the truck comes factory wired for keyless entry. Like all the wires are there for it. The relays and everything is all wired in there. They don't put a relay in, they just put a fuse in to bypass it, just to get the regular locks to work. But Like I said, it doesn't have, they don't put the keyless entry in there or the relay. That's really all you need. So we'll get the cluster pulled out, get this put in. The wire's already there, like I said. Get the relay put in, and then see if it works. If it doesn't, either this thing's bad or our BCM is not programmed to be able to control this module. And if that's the case, then we'll have to get another BCM that is programmed to be able to run the keyless anti-theft module. I'm hoping it is programmed for it. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but we'll find out. So we're gonna get the bezel taken off, the instrument cluster out, get this mounted back there, plugged in, get this relay mounted, get everything put back together, and then see if we can get to in program mode for keyless entry. All right, so we're gonna drop this down into all the way down, and we're gonna pull this bezel off. Get that out the way. And then we're going to take our 7mm with the long extension and get there's 4 screws to hold this instrument cluster on. Get all those out. Inside here, there should be a blue wire. It might be tucked away from factory. So just dig back there, see if you can find it. And there it is right there. This blue wire right here. The module sits up back in here. There's a little thing right there. It sits back up in there. So we're gonna get. I don't think I can have y'all sit here. So that's an hold the phone right here. So this module actually sits up in here like this, and that plugs into it. So that plugs in like that. Like I said, it tucks away back up in there. Let me go ahead and reroute this wire and suck it in back there. Of course, the clip broke off as soon as I picked it up a second ago, so I'll probably have to zip tie that on there, but that goes in there. Alright, you can pull it away. And that's it for that. And you just put your instrument cluster back in, bolt it down, and then we can take this relay. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull that 30-amp fuse out and then put the relay in right there in its place. Take that out. take your 30 amp relay, goes in like this. And you gotta get it installed. Alright, so that's installed, and now we can see if it'll go into program mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the truck off. And Madison, hold this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hold the unlock button, and we're going to hold the unlock button down until I say so. So we're going to hold this down, and we're going to cycle the ignition on, off twice. And then we're going to let go of the unlock. And it doesn't work. Okay, so it's not cycling. So either that module's bad or the BCM is not programmed to run keyless entry. It's not cycling. Well, looks like we're either gonna have to get a BCM or that module's bad. One of the two. Or that relay's no good. But the locks do work. Hold that down. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, well, that was a bust. And we got the locks working. Alright, so probably be a part 2 to this. Looks like we'll have to get a BCM, or it could just be that module is not working correctly. Yeah, that's it for this one. Alright guys, been a hell of a time getting this keyless entry installed, but I done did it. Alright, so basically this truck didn't come factory keyless entry. So what I did was I went to the junkyard, I got a keyless entry module and the relay for this thing. And I installed it, and I tried to program the keyless entry, and it didn't work because the BCM is not programmed for the option of keyless entry. So I was like, I got two options. Either I can go get a used one, or I can go to the dealership, or I can get a used one that has keyless entry programmed into it, or I can go to the dealership and just have them program it in there. So today I went to the dealership, and they said I had to make an appointment, and it'd be about 4 weeks before they can see me. I was like, dang, that kind of sucks. That's a long time. That's like a month away. Now, I mean, I could deal without keyless entry for a month. I mean, that's fine, no problem. I've had the truck for a month now without keyless entry. Another month ain't nothing. But I was like, I know, one, I can save a whole lot of money doing it myself, and two, I can get it done. So I was like, all right, well, I got to get the cluster, the mileage corrected on the cluster. So I kept the appointment. So in a month, I got to take the truck to the dealership to get the cluster or the mileage corrected. But anywho, I went to the junkyard right after the dealership today, and I picked up a body control module and a airbag module from the same truck. It was a 2000 Silverado extended cab, so it's technically still a two-door BCM. And this is a two-door, this is a single cab truck. But the junkyard had keyless entry. So I got the keyless entry module from it. I didn't use it, just in case I needed it. I got the BCM and the airbag module out of it. So when I swapped the cluster out, the old cluster, the airbag light was burned out. This cluster's not, so when I put the new cluster in, the airbag light stayed on all the time. I think the airbag module was replaced along with the airbag. This is a Chevrolet, and this obviously is a GMC. And when I got it, that side wasn't even hooked up because they replaced it with the wrong airbag, so I get the right airbag. So the airbag's been replaced. I'm assuming the module's been replaced. I do know the truck was repaired at one point, because when I was looking up under the hood, it looks like the passenger fender's been replaced, because or at least taken off, because the bolts weren't lined up with the old, where like the markings on the fender, where it looks like someone's tampered with it. So anywho, I got the BCM installed. I got the airbag module installed. I went to cranked the truck up, everything worked perfect, the airbag light went off and everything, but the security light was flashing. So obviously it needs to have the relearn. Now, I deleted the VATs on this truck when I first bought it, because I replaced the shifter mechanism. I actually replaced the ignition cylinder lock, and it didn't have no problems. But when I replaced the shifter mechanism, which has nothing to do with the pass lock, for some reason the pass lock started acting up. So I deleted the VATs whenever I replaced that shifter mechanism because it was cranking up, not starting. So I deleted the VATs. So to be able to do the security relearn for the BCM, I went ahead and enabled the VATs again. And then for the last 2 hours, I've been trying to do this 30-minute relearn, and it keeps not fucking working. But finally, I got it to work, and it didn't even take the whole 30 minutes. Like, it took me the third attempt. The second ignition cycle, it cranked up fine, and security light went out. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Didn't have to do the third 10 minutes. So anyways, I went ahead and threw the laptop on it, deleted the VATs, and now as you can see, no lights, no security lights, no airbag lights, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that's cool. And I gotta use the little key fob here, but I got keyless entry. So that's cool. So keyless entry works now. But also cool is when I put it in drive and whatnot, and I take the key out of the ignition, the doors unlock and locks. That's cool. I didn't know that was an option for this year model. I thought that was an 03 and up, but that's cool. So, and another thing, sometimes not when it's running, but like when I first turn the ignition on, it says something about the cargo lamp on, which it isn't, but my cargo lamp doesn't work anymore. It worked before, now it doesn't, so I'm not sure what's up with that, but I'm not worried about the cargo lamp. I'm never going to use it. Like I said, there's no lights on anymore, so maybe just needed to do its little programming thing. I don't know. But anywho, got the airbags fixed. We got the keyless entry installed. The VATs are deleted. I gotta redo this shifter mechanism. I bought a Dorman one. It was like $60, and there's like when you put it in drive, it's like way down here, and there's like a lot of play in it. So I went to the junkyard and just got a factory one for like $20. Came with the handle and everything. And I'm gonna replace it with that, because if you buy an OEM one, it's like $200 and something. And so I was like, I'm gonna try the cheaper option first. So I just went to the junkyard and got one off of a car out there. I'm gonna replace that. I also have a problem with the shifter. Like it will not go into first gear. It will not like it'll go down to second, and that's it. And I tried adjusting the cable, and I could get it to barely go into first gear, but then it wouldn't go back in park. So I had to readjust it back to where it would go into park, but now it won't go. It still won't go into one. So I don't know if it has something to do with the shifter mechanism, or if the cable itself is messed up. So I'm gonna order a new cable. I got that. I need to swap out the shifter mechanism and then basically go from there. But anywho, I also got the DIC from Denali. I got it put in here. I gotta make a bezel for it, but I'm gonna have to wire it up too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the truck now.